And we'll move over to our vacancies on boards, commissions, and authorities. And Linda, do you have anything for us this evening?
Yes, I'd like to make a nomination for Mark Swodniak for the Monroeville Municipal Authority.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Opposed?
Roll call, Sharon, please.
Mrs. Gaydos?
Aye.
Mr. Poach?
Aye.
Mr. Harvey?
Aye.
Mr. Williams?
No.
Motion passes. Anything else?
No, that's all I have, thank you.
Aaron? Bob?
Yeah, I have a couple things here. Number one, council set a precedent for any council member to make a nomination to any council person's ward, which is wrong. The Home Rule Charter, back to the Monroeville Bible. Last month I read a vacancy on the board, commission, or authority shall be subject of social media notice in the municipality, which has been done, 25 days. Part B, nominations shall be made at a council business meeting. At the time of the nomination, each nominating official shall publicly present to council a resume, the nominee's qualifications. And I have no resume here, nobody presented Mark, but I am presenting James Rosapel, and we do have his resume in our packet, and I'll read part of it. Jim says he's a lifetime member of Monroeville, involved in the community, would have to resign from his position on Monroeville Zoning Board, which he would agree to. 28 years service in the police department. Democratic committee person for over 20 years. Member of the Monroeville Zoning Hearing Board to present, chairman for part of that. And I think he's well qualified. And what this is I believe it's a political payback because of my non-support for some other council members. But I contend that nomination should go null and void according to the Home Rule Charter, and I would nominate Jim Rosapel to the municipal authority to fulfill the last 2 years.
Mr. Ratcher? Just see for a second.
I'm sorry?
Just look for a second then on his nomination.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, is there a second on his nomination on Mr. Roosevelt? Seeing none, motion dies.
Well, it did die, but I still say it's illegal to nominate somebody without the resume being presented to council, so that nomination should be null and void.
Duly noted, Mr. Williams.
We need to make a decision on that instead of going forward.
Mr. Ratcher?
I believe that what council has customarily done is the resumes are provided to the manager's office. And I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know whether those resumes are included in the packets or not. I don't know if you get those in your packets or what happens there. Tim, maybe you could.
Yeah, I can,
Yeah.
you know, through the years, the Home Rule Charter does say that, Mr. Williams, you are correct as far as a resume. And some people submit a resume, some people submit a letter. And this has been discussed back and forth, going back even 10 years ago in my time here. And even at a public meeting here, council members have said, well, that letter's fine, that's okay. You know, he or she has expressed an interest. And then I've asked people to submit a resume and they just submit a letter, and council's okay with that. So that has morphed into that. Now, if council wants to take a stand here one way or the other, well, the resume doesn't make any difference, or according to the Home Rule Charter, that's at the pleasure of this council right now on how they want to handle that. But do I get a resume for every candidate for a board or a committee? No. No, I don't.
Okay. Anything else for us?
Well,
Mr.
I just
Williams?
think Part B should be considered. It says made at a business meeting, which this is, not the manager's office or somewhere else. And whatever it is, I'm going to get on with life when I leave here, you know. And but this political
Mayor,
just has
Sir.
to stop.
if he's, are you done, Bob?
Yes.
My only comment on what Mr. Williams is bringing up is that I know he has nominated some people for boards and commissions that we didn't worry about resumes. I've nominated some people for boards and commissions that we didn't worry about resumes.
And
If
I-
we're gonna start the practice about resumes, then let's do it
Yeah,
council-wide.
I would
If
agree
we're
with
not, don't worry about it. My point is that we can't do it for one person and then not worry about it for another person. So I think it's a councilmatic decision that they should, we should let Mr. Little know what we want him to do. And if we want to see resumes, then we should see resumes for everybody.
Agreed.
Well, I'm gonna give you my spin if I can, counsel. Why, if somebody didn't put a resume in, but they're still willing to volunteer their time, why are we going to even make it even harder for anybody? That's just my spin. And I agree, I've put people on that did not have resumes as well, so,
We all do.
We all have.
We all have,
everybody.
yeah.
So, again, I don't wanna discourage any resident that's willing to step on any board. So, I mean, it's just food for thought for everybody, please.
Thank you.
I think after the meeting or during the next period of time or before the next meeting, that the council should contact Mr. Little and tell him what our pleasure is so he knows what to do.
That sounds fair.
Everybody good with that?
Yes.
I
You
am.
good with that,
No,
Bob?
I'm not good with that. We're looking at the home rule charter here.
Yeah, but
as
Bob, this
stated.
precedence has been set with by you, all of us, all of us.
It's time to change it tonight and adhere to this document. And if you do it, fine. If you don't do it, then, like I said, when I leave council, I'm gonna get on with life.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but again, I don't want to discourage any resident volunteering their time. If they didn't put a resume together and the person has the qualifications, who cares? I don't really think that's, I understand what you're saying on the home rule charter, but we've broken that rule years
We've
ago.
broken lots of rules for years. And
There may be some truth to that. But again, it's at the pleasure of council.
well, we just gotta abide by the legal decision and go with our solicitor and,
Well, again, Bob, I think what Mr. Harvey brought up is that let Tim know our thoughts, and then we can discuss it openly at the next July meeting.
our thoughts are right here.
No, I hear what you, again, your comments are duly noted. Anything else for us, Mr. Williams?
No, nothing else.
All right.